All right, so here is a quick video on how to use Polypad uh, as a teaching tool. And in this case, let's use the idea of teaching function machines, all right? So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go to polypad.amplify.com, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna log in right up here in the sign in. You're gonna click that button. In this case, I'm gonna click here and log in with my, it's a free account. You know you're logged in because now you got the little picture right there. I'm gonna click launch Polypad. And you again, you can see that you're still logged in because it says my name right there. All right, so now Polypad does a ton of things right now. Let me just quickly show you how we might use some function machines. For no particular reason, I'm going to just show my little grid. I don't know why, I'm just going to do it. Right, so here's a function machine. I'm going to drag it in. And right now you can see that this function machine is doing x plus 1. If I want to edit that, I just double click inside, change that x plus 1 to x plus 3. And now anytime I bring in something, you'll notice it highlights. I just drop it off. And sure enough, I inputted a 4 and out comes a 7. And I'm going to delete what? There it is. I'm going to delete that. Oh, let's put in an 8. Well, we know 8 plus 3 is 11, so we can anticipate that we're going to have 11. Sure enough, that shows up. I can delete that. At any time, if I want to see a record of everything I've inputted, I can click on the function machine, click tabulate, and look at that. There's a running record. If I want to drag in a 5, of course, I get the 8 that I was expecting, but it also adds to the table. Now, of course, the holy trifecta, the function, the table, and the graph. So what are we going to do to make that graph? I can click on that. I can click scatter plot, and look at that right there. I now have my graph, and I can just kind of go right there. And if I want to change the axes, I can do that. All I have to do is kind of drag, and there we go. All right, so now anything I want to put in, I will not only see it in the table, but I will also see it reflected in the graph. In fact, let's go ahead and put in a 12. So I'm going to type in a 12 because I don't already have a 12 card. I'm going to drag it in. Sure enough, we get 15. It shows up in the table, and there it is right over here. We got that 12, 15 showing up in the graph. All right, now, little teaching tool. So that right there is just an open introduction to function machines. Now, what I can do is create this as a learning experience for my students. So let's go ahead and change my little equation. Oh, let's say we're going to make it 3x. But in this case, I'm going to click on these 3 little dots, and I'm going to hide the expression because now I want students to try and figure out what is going on. In fact, if I want, I can also, once I've got a graph happening, once I've got some values in the table, I can connect a graph. So the student might say, I don't know, let's put in a 2. Out comes a 6, and we can now see, we could get that table going on. Oops, let's delete that. There we go. There's our table. And if I want, I can create my little scatter plot. And now students can start to see clues of what is going on. What is that function? And I'll just make it a little bit bigger. Right here, right here. And now students can continue guessing. I don't know, let's put in a 6. Let's put in a 6. What happens? Oh my goodness, I get an 18. Now, we're not seeing anything. Oh, wait. Oh, why didn't the 18 show up? Because I need to extend my graph. Now, if I wish, I could click on that, and I can modify that x-axis. I could say, well, let's make the x-axis go up by 5s. And now I can start to see the grid right there, or the dots showing up. And the students can now continue playing the game until they get it. And that is it. Super simple. So you can create all of this on your canvas, use it as a teaching tool. If you want, you can simply design things. And then once I've saved it, okay, over here, I'm going to click File, and I'm going to say, example, and I can click the Save button. Now watch what happens when I save it. I now have a share link right here. I can take this share link and copy it, and I can share it right into my Google Classroom if I wish. Now each student will have their own copy of this Canvas. There will be no dashboard. If I want to see what the students are doing, I have to walk around to see what they are doing. In another video, I can show you how we can take this Polypad canvas that I've created and put it into the Desmos Activity Builder, which will give me the added functionality of being able to have a dashboard and seeing what all of my students are doing on their own customized canvas. Each student gets their own canvas, but I can watch what they're all doing on Activity Builder. But that'll be another video.